So if the Brits care so much about their soldiers, why do they continue to sell out to Israel?
Terror at a chilling new level. British police arresting 9 suspects now in what's called a major counterterrorism operation. Those arrests in central England. Grisly details in the alleged plot are still coming out. CNN's Jim Bolden joining us now live from Birmingham, England. And Jim, this latest arrest just happened moments ago, we're told.
That's right, Hadi. We did just hear about another arrest, but what we're being told by security sources is just an amazing alleged plot to kidnap an active British Muslim soldier. And that kidnapping would then be televised. They would then be taping this man as they held him hostage. They were going to demand the release of British and American soldiers, actually the withdrawal of British and American soldiers from Afghanistan and Iraq. The chilling part of this plot was that they were also going to videotape the beheading of this Muslim soldier and that they would release that tape to the internet. Now, British police came to locations like this and others around Birmingham at 4 o'clock this morning, raiding all these addresses. They've arrested 8 men this morning. We just heard a few minutes ago that a 9th man has been arrested. Let's listen to Assistant Chief Constable David Shaw give that information to the media.
And I can confirm that just in the very last few minutes, we have arrested a 9th suspect on the motorway in the Birmingham area. I think that illustrates to you that this remains a dynamic, fluid operation, and this is by no means finished. And I think it's important for you to understand the context in which we're operating.
Now, this would be very different from what we've seen at other previous terrorist arrests in this country. Other arrests, of course, alleged bomb plots and poison scares, and the police have cordoned off large areas and evacuated areas. Nothing like that this time. This is the idea of kidnapping one individual, the idea of terrorizing the Muslim community itself from within by showing that they could get to a Muslim soldier in a way, if this was what the plot was, to tell Muslims not to actually to join up and not to join the British Army. So it's a very chilling thought. We talked to some of the people in the area, and they're very worried indeed, of course, not only about British police arresting lots of Muslims, but also what this plot might have entailed, Heidi.
Well, yeah, that was just what I was going to ask you, Jim, is, it sounds pretty intimidating, like a very forced intimidation of the people in that community. How are they responding?
Well, first people told us they were very shocked. The families, they've known some of the families. They know some of the young men who were arrested. We talked to people and said they were small businessmen. The families, they've owned corner shops, they own convenience stores. And so they're shocked, number one, that people in their neighborhood, usually a very quiet neighborhood, would be arrested. And number two, of course, we're telling them some of them the stories we're hearing about the plot. And that's very, very worrying for them because, of course, we have not seen anything like this. It would be quite significant change in the way that some of the alleged terrorists would operate in this country. So people are very confused about this, and the police have said they're actually going to hand out leaflets over the next 24 hours, some 5,000 leaflets, to try to explain to the local population what this operation actually entails.
Well, hopefully that will be at least a little bit comforting to them. Jim Bolden, thanks so much. Live from Birmingham today.
CNN forgot to say that Tony Blair's top financier is a Zionist. He was recently accused of conspiracy to obstruct justice.